here we are at the end of Finished Vehicle Logistics North America 2026, and as we already discussed, this industry is facing a period of change, perhaps greater in the last year than we saw in the 30 previous. But that is not coming with despair. I think we once again heard from speakers today how you have to focus on the recovery and the future, not just whatever crisis or disruption we're feeling today. And I think that was something we heard from Tony Stinsa, for example, at International Motors. Now, the commercial vehicle industry has even more wild swings than the passenger vehicle, 30 or 40%, and has seen a historic dip in the last few quarters. So companies like International, of course, are having to adapt cost and reconfigure trade to account for tariffs, figure out new ways of loading, look at new transport modes. But all that is being done not just to save cost, but also as resilient. So, for example, for the first time, International was starting to look to introduce rail into their network. And that will reduce costs, but as Tony said, it also provides an additional option in case you have a capacity issue or a service issue. So you're thinking ahead, and then I think that was really important. Todd Myers from Nissan, who also was with us yesterday, he helped close out our panel, and he really wanted to put that message across. Total delivered cost is one important factor. The other is the sustainability of the business, the viability of partners that work with OEMs like Nissan. There is no gain in crunching down a supplier so hard that they can't have a viable business, because at the end of the day, the automotive industry won't be able to move forward without that. And as throughout the event, we were not just talking about crises. We're really about performance optimization, quality. Today, we had a great session focused on quality and automation opportunities. So we heard from General Motors' Brian Watanabe about how GM is making more progress in having a single source of truth in its quality and claims processes, and introducing new types of automation and scanning across facilities that is helping to better understand the data, capture damage information, process claims faster, so really a win-win across the board. We also put some focus on production planning and yard management, where there's ever more opportunities to automate processes, more ground-level visibility, real-time visibility, which is helping OEMs make better decisions. Jochen Schneider from BMW San Luis Potosí in Mexico, talked about having end-to-end visibility from production planning through to vehicle logistics, and looking at ways that it can better plan its vehicle logistics from the plant in Mexico across trades. So really, again, that you need the right production planning process, you need the right yard optimization processes there too, and the right carriers and partners. And really, this is part of the message that at Finished Vehicle Logistics we need to stress. It's times like this that working together becomes even more important. It's never not important, but we have to understand each other's business, work together to find the savings, and be prepared for the upswing, which we know will come. There will be recovery. This too shall pass, as one says. So leaving that here, we finished on a nice lunch hosted by our partners Overhaul to close out the event. So there's more insight to come from this conference you'll find at the Automotive Logistics website and on LinkedIn, but keep up with us because we're going everywhere around the world following this industry, whether it's upcoming events in Nashville focused on AI and digitalization, back in the UK looking at the UK market, later this year in September looking at North America at our global conference, in Malaysia looking at Southeast Asia, and in Mexico. And besides that, we'll have live streams on key topics, market reports, plenty of editorial and coverage, so to keep up with us. But for now, I'm going to get back into the Huntington Beach sun here, enjoy the last couple of hours in California before flying back to the UK. So glad we could share this with you, and looking forward to seeing you elsewhere in the world. Thanks so much.